Hello there, my name is Kaylee Boyce and I am a music therapy student at West Virginia University. Over the past 3 months, I have been studying how music therapy can be an effective and incredibly useful tool within the school system for children with exceptional needs. I also have thoroughly examined what processes take place as a child enters and participates within music therapy services. Most of my research has stemmed from peer-reviewed articles, personal observations, and an interview with a professional, a board-certified music therapist, which has led me to a gauntlet of valuable information. Since music therapy is becoming more of a necessity in the school system, this information should be shared with the public, especially as parents and guardians, the IEP board, the IEP team, and teachers actively learn more about how music therapy can be an incredibly useful tool in the school system with children who have disabilities. In this video, I will walk you through the steps of what it looks like to receive music therapy and what can be expected as this process takes place. What makes music therapy unique is that it works on non-musical goals with the use of music, therefore making the practice feel less clinically in-depth for its clients and more enjoyable and relaxed. Music can also access both hemispheres of the brain, making non-musical tasks easier to achieve when music is involved. In the schools, this can be perfect for children with disabilities, especially when the child responds positively to musical prompts and cues. Now, let's move on to the process of acquiring and receiving music therapy. Well, to start, when a child shows musical interest and a need for a creative way to reach their goals, they might be considered a good candidate for music therapy. The first step to acquiring music therapy is through the implementation of an initial referral. Now, this referral can be made by a parent or guardian, a teacher, or any professional on the IEP board. And once that referral is made, an assessment will be done by a board-certified music therapist to confirm the relevancy of music therapy in a child's curriculum. From there, a music therapist will observe the child in both a musical and non-musical setting to compare how the child reacts to both. In this observation, the music therapist will be using as a guide the special education music therapy assessment process. That's a very long phrase, so usually they refer to it as the SEMTAP. In short, the SEMTAP is a list that the music therapist follows throughout their assessment, specifically with this population of children, and it basically acknowledges a child's distinctive educational profile and highlights the prospective role of the music therapist on the transdisciplinary IEP board. Once the music therapist has completed their assessment, they will make a justification either for or against music therapy services. And this justification will be clear to the parents, guardians, and the school district personnel. Now, music therapy will be made as a recommendation if a child shows a 25% increase in a non-musical task with musical supports involved. If a child proves a good candidate for music therapy, the music therapist must be considered as an important board personnel of the IEP team, and the school district must pay for the services given. The music therapist will use the non-musical goals and objectives decided upon by the IEP team when they administer services to the child. Once services begin, the music therapist will approach the client by meeting them and their skill set where they are at a given moment and gradually demanding more through the musical relationship created. The music is treated as the support that encourages responses and improvement through the amount of flexibility and creativity that the music allows space for. Through my research, I learned a lot from meeting with board certified music therapist Patricia Allison. She works in the Monongahela County in West Virginia, and she was kind enough to let me observe a session that she facilitates once a week with a set of twins, both having cerebral palsy and learning disabilities. It is important to know that they are both in high school and they share the same goals that their IEP team has created. So the first goal is fine motor skills. They are expected to participate in 3 fine motor tasks per session. They are also working on social engagement. So in music therapy, this will often come through when Patricia Allison facilitates a conversational exchange using music. And within this, we can see eye contact and musical usage to see this goal come to life. Now, because of HIPAA compliance, I am not allowed to share the video of what I observed, but I am going to demonstrate 2 interventions that I witnessed Mrs. Allison use, and then I will be explaining how both meet the goals, and I will just be breaking them down for you so you can really understand what a music therapist is doing within a session with the clients that's going to meet these non-musical goals. All right, so we have the guitar in hand, and that means we are going to be ready to facilitate our first music therapy session of the video. So this intervention is going to be working on both conversational skills and the motor skills that I talked about previously. So the song that we will be using is Turn the Beat Around by Vicki Sue Robinson. And I am going to act as the music therapist for this intervention. And of course, we don't have clients, but we will pretend so that way you can see the gist of what this would look like. All right, get your percussion in hand and your mallets. Today we're gonna have a musical conversation. 1, 2, get ready. 1, 2, ready, go. Turn the beat around. I love to hear the percussion. Get ready, turn it upside down. Your turn. Let's hear it. We'll do it together. Yeah. There we go. I love to hear the percussion. One more time. Love to hear it. Yes, love to hear it. All right, let's keep going. Oh, just sound pretty. Your violins keep moving to the nitty gritty. When you hear the scratch of the guitar scratching, then you'll know the rhythm carries all the action. Turn the beat around. I love to hear the percussion. You, it's all you. There we go. Turn it upside down. I love to hear the percussion. Where's your percussion? There it is. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed my rendition of Turn the Beat Around. This is an intervention that I have used before when I've worked at my own practicum site, but it was just cool to see Patricia Allison use it as well. Now, how does this intervention work on the two goals I previously talked about? Well, let's first talk about motor. You have to have some type of motor ability to be able to hold a mallet and strike a drum using that same mallet, especially when there is a beat involved. Of course, we would also adapt the intervention without a mallet if the client did not have the motor skills to do so initially. Again, that's meeting the client where they are at a given moment. This specific client was able to hold the mallet, so we used rhythm and holding a stimulus, a device, to work on motor, especially with a rhythm, a beat involved that would encourage is the right word, encourage the action to happen. For social engagement, this was a musical conversation happening. As you saw, I played and I sang first, and then I encouraged you through a pause to play your instrument, to let me hear your rhythm. We are going back and forth with a musical conversational exchange. The next intervention that I will be demonstrating for you is to work on motor functioning. We will be using Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie. And in this intervention, we will be using scarves. The client will hold the scarf and they will play using a musical cue provided by the music therapist. I will also be modeling at some points for the client so they know when to use their scarf, how to use it to participate along as we play through the song. All right, everybody, I hope you grabbed your scarves and we are going to play along. We're going to move along to the music. So follow me. There we go. There we go. I love to see it. Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. Do without me. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. I'll join along. And someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. How this intervention worked on motor skills, improving motor skills to be exact, was there was a controlled stimulus, an auditory stimulus, and that we could follow, and it was steady and it had a meaningful beat to it, and it was the da 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 da. It is a musical cue. It encourages movement along with holding on to a prop. Holding on to the prop involves some sort of fine motor skill. Having that all combined into one will encourage and promote fine motor and overall motor skills in our clients. Overall, music therapy can be an extremely effective tool for exceptional children in the school districts. If you are a parent, a guardian, a teacher, anybody, any professional who's just very curious about music therapy, there are plenty of resources that you can go to and read and research on your own. I will provide some of those tools in the description below. I hope you learn some valuable information that you can carry with you about music therapy going forward.